Okay, welcome back. I wanted to talk about Alien 3, the Legacy Cut. Many thanks go out to AJ. If you're interested in getting this on Blu ray, talk to AJ. He might put you in touch with somebody who can produce this for you. But, if you want to watch it for free, you can download it, get in touch with Project A34K, look them up on YouTube, send them an email, they'll send you the link. They sent me the link, but unfortunately I didn't have a PC to download and watch. If it was available on streaming somewhere, but I think the files are too big. They are a big file to watch streaming wise. This disc is MPEG 4. It isn't 4K disc. I haven't got a 4K player anyway, but you can watch it here in MPEG 4. Comparing it side by side with the DVD had a cleaner, crisper picture than this, but what they've done with it is really good. Combining the theatrical and assembly cut. Now, I have never really liked Alien 3 in any form. I just think it's a very flawed film. David Fincher, the director, first film, disassociated himself with it, basically said that the studios manhandled him, and so many writers were involved. He didn't have final edit on the film or anything, so I have no bones with David Fincher. I'm not the biggest fan of David Fincher. I've watched things like Fight Club, Seven, and The Killer with Michael Fassbender. It's just not my. I appreciate they're good films and stuff, but they're just not for me. They're not the sort of things that I go back and watch regularly. Now this, I say, I was curious to see what they've done with it. This Project A34K, and what they've done with it is good. They've cleaned up scenes, they've removed scenes, they've removed parts of soundtracks, they've taken elements of both films. Like at the start, you see, when they're taking Ripley, or Ripley's washed up on the beach, like as in the assembly cut. They're going to the lifeboat and they find Newt and Hicks and Bishop, and have taken certain scenes out of the theatrical and assembly and combined it, which I think's good, but doesn't kind of work. When you see Newt's face all and then you see her on the autopsy slab, it doesn't match up. But if somebody was sort of frozen in that state, you'd have to break their jaw to set it back, surely, once rigor mortis is set in. I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong in that. But that bit niggled me. Hicks's jaw all smashed to pieces. That was a scene, I think it was in the theatrical, and what they've done is they've zoomed in on it so it's close up and more gory. I think they've added blood and stuff. Michael Biehn was never happy that they made a prosthetic of him, some dummy of him, and he didn't want to be in the film at all. So maybe that's why they smashed his jaw apart, so that he's not recognisable, because he wouldn't give his likeness rights, and rightly so, because they done him wrong. They shouldn't have killed off Hicks, and they shouldn't have killed off Newt. Okay, it might not have worked with the story they had, but the story they had was so disjointed and ridiculous. All these bloody prisoners finding God in the arse end of space. It's just ridiculous. And so is the script in this film. All right, okay, I've got to stop. Okay, I hate Alien 3. Okay, that is noted. Okay, let's talk about the legacy cut. What did they do well? Okay, like I said, they've cleaned up the scenes. They combined scenes from both cuts, put it in there. They added the sort of point of view from the alien. They coloured that red. Interestingly, in the games, the AVP games, when you play as point of view of the alien, it's kind of like a black and white sort of vision. I would have preferred if they went with that instead of the red, but that's just my personal point of view on that. I did like the look of it. It did sort of tie Alien 3 more into the Alien universe, like the colour-wise, the colour grading. It has more of that bluey look in certain scenes. It does look good. Obviously done, with a lot of love for the franchise and particularly for that film. If I was making my own cut of that film, oh my God, there's so much I would cut out. I know obviously you can't cut out everything to, my personal preference. I would cut out all of Brian Glover. I would cut out all the English swearing. You wanker, all that business. Let's bloody get it. It's like, come on. I don't like it. I don't like it. He killed my mate. It's like, no. Yeah, like Alien Romulus, British people, unless they're John Hurt, don't belong in space. It just doesn't work for me. Yeah, there's so much about Alien 3 that I don't like. But what they have done with it does make it somewhat palatable. Yeah, the special effects for the alien in certain scenes are still bad, but they've done their best with what they've got here. The way the alien eats things is kind of like humping it. It's kind of like twisted and humping all the time. It's just weird. Certain bits they've cut out, I say. There is a good film in there somewhere, but the dialogue is so bad with Alien, with Rip. Yeah, it'd be better if the alien was chatting in some parts, but Ripley saying that the company think we're crud. That's one thing they should have changed to the word shit or something. Or crap. Crud. It's just, they think we're crud. I hate that line. I hate Brian Glover completely. Not as a person, he's dead now, but I mean, his performance and the way he delivers lines, the black fella, nobody give me nothing. I can't stand him in certain scenes. I say all the prisoners are pretty bad. The 85 guy, that is horse shit. that is what that film is. Horse shit. No way. I've got a wife and a kid at home. No way, that is horse shit. Yeah. I mean, I was watching another review on the Legacy Cut, and the guy was saying, at least it's not as bad as Alien Resurrection, which I, again, watched the special edition the other night. And yeah, that is a bad film. That is a really bad film. But, which is better, Alien 3 or Resurrection? Most people will say Alien 3. I prefer Resurrection. Okay, minus Winona Ryder, minus Ron Perlman in a lot of stuff. General Perez, silly. The scientists trying to get off with the alien, silly. The newborn, silly. But I just like, and even Ripley, silly. Yeah, Alien 3 is probably better. Yeah, Alien Resurrection is a pile of horse shit. But Alien 3 is so flawed as well. But yeah, I say if you're interested and you can download this and watch it for free, do so. I'm sort of a bit pissed off myself for actually paying good money for this. I've got the theatrical and I've got the assembly here. Did I need to watch this? Yeah, I'm glad I did actually. I think what they've done is really good. It's just such a divisive film for me. It really pisses me off. And I think Charles Dance was very good in it. You know, credit where credit's due. He was the best thing in the film. Clemens, you know, his performance was very good. But Ripley, I mean, Scotty Weaver was decent in it. It's just, I say that the dialogue is so bad. The supporting cast are so bad. I mean, there's Christopher Fairbanks in it, another English actor singing in the pipes. In the year 20. Oh. He gets diced up by the fan. Yeah, unfortunately, it was a doomed project from the start, and I say that A34K have done their best to give us something, like I say, is more palatable, but ultimately it's like a shit sandwich with sprinkles on top. You know, it looks better, it doesn't smell better, and it doesn't taste better. It just looks better, and some of the choices they've made, you know, make more sense. Like you've got the dog birth, you've got the dog alien, so it makes sense to have a dog birth. There's bits and pieces that are good out of both cuts that they've combined together, which is, yeah, it's interesting. It is definitely interesting to see. I am glad I've got it. I think it was a little bit expensive for what it was. So if you can watch it for free, go ahead and download it and watch it for free. If somebody, yeah, leave some comments down below. Have you seen it? Are you interested in seeing it? If I had the capability of running off copies and giving them away, I would, but I don't. So you're gonna have to pay for it like I did. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.